Gopi Gita, the Gopi's Song of Separation, with commentary by Srimad Bhaktivedanta and Narayana Gosvami Maharaja. Excerpt from verse 2. Your eyes possess the wealth of beauty that they stole from the petals of the lotus, but your eyes have an extra magic that make them unique, which is that they can steal the qualities of something just by looking at it. Verse 2. sarad-udäsaye sädhu-jäta-sat-sarasi jodara-sri-musä drsa suratnathite ashulkadasika varadnignato nehakim vadha. Translation. O Krishna, Master of amorous pleasures, O Bestower of benedictions, we are your unpaid maidservants. You are killing us by the glance of your eyes that steal even the proud beauty of the world of supremely enchanting, high-born lotuses that blossom exquisitely in the ponds during the autumn season. Is killing by a glance not considered murder in this world? Bhav Prakashika Vritti. In the previous verse, the gopis told Sri Krishna, "We have been searching for you, unable to bear the pain of separation from you, and burning in the fire of amorous desires." He responded by asking, "What unhappiness or calamity have I caused you?" Now, in this verse, the gopis say, "You are not merely making us unhappy, you are killing us." Weapons are not only the means by which one kills, there are other means as well. The word drsa refers to Krishna's glance. The gopis say, "With the glances of your lotus eyes, you are killing us." Krishna may ask, "How am I killing you?" The gopis reply, "You are killing us simply by your being Surat-nath." The immaculate loving pastimes of the hero or nayak and the heroine or naika in the solitary meeting is called Surat. Su means special and Rata means intermingling with great attachment. The intermingling of the transcendental nayak and the naika is so complete and so extraordinary that they truly become one. Any difference between them becomes indiscernible. There is a description of Surat in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that issued from the lotus mouth of Srimati Radhika herself. Pahilehi rag nayan bhange bhel, anudina badhal avadhina gel, na so raman na ham ramani, dunhu man manobhav peshal jani. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 8.194. Alas, before we met, there was an initial attachment between us, brought about by an exchange of glances. In this way, attachment evolved. That attachment has gradually grown, and there is no limit to it. Now that attachment has become a natural sequence between ourselves. It is not that it is due to Krishna, the enjoyer, nor is it due to me, for I am the enjoyed. It is not like that. This attachment was made possible by mutual meeting. This mutual exchange of attraction is known as Manobhava or Cupid Krishna's mind, and my mind have merged together. Now, during this time of separation, it is very difficult to explain these loving affairs. My dear friend, though Krishna might have forgotten all these things, you can understand and bring this message to him. But during our first meeting, there was no messenger between us, nor did I request anyone to see him. Indeed, Cupid's 5 arrows were our via media. Now, during this separation, that attraction has increased to another ecstatic state. My dear friend, please act as a messenger on my behalf, because if one is in love with a beautiful person, this is the consequence. Shri Krishna is Rasik Shekhar, he who is unsurpassed in relishing transcendental, amorous rasa, and Shri Radhika is Mahabhava Swarupini, the very embodiment of Mahabhav, or the highest development of pure transcendental emotion. This verse refers to the meeting of Rasik Shekhar Shri Krishna and Mahabhava Swarupini Shri Radhika, in which they unite to become one in every respect, heart, body and soul. Their uniting in this way is called Sambhoga Leela. The gopis say, with your eyes, you create the inspiration within us for Surata, and then you meet with us. Nath means Lord. So, the general understanding of Surat Natha is the Lord of Surat. By Natha also means to beg. When explained in connection with the word Surat Natha, the word drsa becomes Drisheva Surat Natha. He who begs, that is Natha, for amorous union or surata with his glance or drsa. When the gopis use this term to address Krishna, they mean, with your sidelong glances, you begged us for surata, and by doing so, you transmitted that same desire for surata to our hearts and we became mad. In that state, we were deprived of any ability to discriminate between right and wrong, good and bad. We were ready to give you whatever you begged from us. Srila Vishvanatha Chakravarti Thakur describes this pristine Surat Leela in Surat Kathamrita and also in Sri Sankalpa Kalpadruma, which begins with the following 2 verses. Verse 1. O Goddess of Vrindävana, Sri Radha, O ocean of all youthfulness, virtue, beauty, pleasure pastimes, good fortune, romantic love and compassion, please hear me, for there is something I want to tell you. I wish to become your dasi, to serve you and to make you joyful when you are with your beloved Sri Krishna and surrounded by your sakhis and manjaris. I beg this of you. Sankalp Kalptruma, verse 2. In the second verse, Srila Vishvanatha Chakravarti Thakur describes the meeting of Srimati Radhika and Sri Krishna. Although Radhika went to the forest only to meet with Krishna, as soon as she saw him, she immediately turned around and began to return home. With a longing to serve her, Srila Vishvanatha Chakravarti Thakur prays, I will clasp your garments and forcibly draw you to Krishna, the ocean of Surata, and he will compel you to engage in your beautiful Surata Leela. Nath means both master and beggar. And it also has a third meaning, namely, giver of great calamities and distress. Krishna had communicated with his glance, I can fulfill your desire for Surata, and I also want Surata from you. The gopis now say, you ignited our desire for this special meeting and we became maddened by that. Then, amidst our Surata Leela, you suddenly disappeared. An example can be given of the disappointment a hungry man feels when, just as he is about to take a meal, a monkey comes and snatches his plate away. Similarly, the gopis say that, bereft of their wisdom and sense of judgment, they were prepared to take part in Surat, which Krishna had begged from them with his sidelong glances. Then, just at that moment, he disappeared. The gopis conclude that the fault does not lie with Krishna himself, but with his beautiful eyes. From where had his eyes obtained their beauty? The gopis express their realization of this with the words sarad-udäsaye. Srila Vishvanatha Chakravarti Thakur has explained that in their own way, the gopis compared Krishna's eyes with the beautiful petals of the lotus flower. Sharad means the autumn season, the season in which this pastime took place. Uda means water, and Ashya means reservoir of water, such as a pond, lake, river, or ocean. In this context, udäsaye means lake. During Sharad, the best of seasons, the water in the lakes is clean and pure. The word sadhu in this verse means pure, sacred, and possessing all kinds of virtue. If a man has taken birth in a good family, a family of sadhus, we can generally conclude that a son or daughter born to him will also have pious nature. The gopis tell Krishna, "The beautiful lotus growing in the vast pond is fragrant, soft, and sweet. In the autumn season, the water is pure, and therefore the lotus growing in that water is also pure. The petals on the lotus and the pollen on the petals are also completely pure. Every part of that lotus has manifested with purity, and as a result of purity. Without this purity, the lotus in all of its features would also have been without beauty." Srila Vishvanatha Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Jiva Gosvami both explain that in comparing Krishna's eyes with lotus petals, the gopis say, "Your eyes possess the wealth of beauty that they stole from the petals of the lotus. But your eyes have an extra magic that make them unique, which is that they can steal the qualities of something just by looking at it. You simply glanced at the lotus, and in doing so, you took away its loveliness. In this way, you left the lotus reduced in magnificence, while the beauty of your eyes increased. Then, after you stole the qualities of the lotus, you cast your glance at us, and in doing so, you stole the contents of our hearts. You are such an expert thief that you can steal the beauty of the petals of a lotus, even of one that grows far from the water's edge, where it is dangerous to venture and where it is surrounded by other lotuses. In fact, which of your possessions have you not stolen? You stole the beauty of a new rain cloud and the dance of the peacock. From this, we can easily understand that you are an expert thief. It is not easy to steal our hearts because we are always protected by our relatives, our parents, brothers, husbands, sisters-in-law, mothers and fathers-in-law, and also by our shyness, patience and chastity. Yet, you went straight into our hearts without any consideration and you captured us. Actually, it was not you who entered our hearts, it was your eyes. It follows then that your eyes can easily steal the beauty of lotus flower. Still, the qualities we see in your eyes now are not those which we saw before. This is another difference between your eyes and the lotus. The lotus always looks the same, but when we look into your eyes, we see that they contain newer and newer allurements at every moment. In this way, through your eyes, you begged us for something. We became maddened, and ever new waves from the ocean of transcendental prema then arose in our hearts. Simply because of the way you glanced at us and expressed your desire for Surat, we became your unpaid maid servants or ashulka dasika. You accomplished this by glancing at us from the corner of just one of your lotus eyes. When just one of your eyes can so expertly express your intention, what would have happened if you looked at us with two eyes? Why do we say we are your unpaid maidservants? First of all, have you ever given us anything for our services? Never. Second, have our parents given us to you in marriage? No. Moreover, although we were never willing to marry you, our parents still could have given us to you in charity, thinking it would have been best for us. But they never did this. Third, even if we had wanted to marry you, but were not given to you by our fathers and mothers, we could have had a Gandharva-style marriage whereby we would have simply exchanged garlands with you. But you have also not performed the Gandharva marriage with us. You have paid us nothing and given us nothing. We have become your unpaid maidservants because your eyes begged for our hearts. You have not begged, but your eyes begged again and again, and we fell silent. What was the meaning of the Gopi's silence? It signified their acceptance of his proposal. The texts on the literary theory called Alankara Shastra state that the moods of prema or kama first arise in the heroine or naika and then in the hero or nayak. Yet, the heroine does not approach the hero to express her feelings. Rather, the hero approaches the heroine and then she responds. In this case, however, the situation is reversed. Krishna is not making any advances. Instead, he is silent and has disappeared from the gopis' midst, as if rejecting the special meeting. It is the gopis who are repeatedly appealing to him without shyness. You begged us for this, and we came to you, they say. But then, when we began to dance with you and engage in our sweet pastimes, you left us. Now, we are begging you to again perform those pastimes with us, even though we should not beg anything from you at all. We have disregarded all religious regulations and have forsaken all our family connections, duties, shyness, chastity, patience, and everything else for you. And now, in separation from you, we are dying. We want only that you come and see us. Without beholding us, your eyes cannot be successful. In our extreme sorrow, we are not begging that Surata Leela from you for our own sake, but for yours. First of all, from the corner of your eyes, you beseeched us for the precious gift of Surata, and in doing so, you also created a wish for Surata in our hearts. But now, you have taken away our wealth, our most precious treasure. We had been keeping it in our hearts and protecting it very carefully. But then you stole our hearts and went away. We request you to come and cast just one glance upon us. And when you do, we pray that you will return to us all the valuable treasures you stole. The word nignato in this verse means you are killing us. The gopis say, if you do not return our cherished treasure, we will die. It is sinful to kill a man, and it is even more sinful to kill a woman. We gopis are far dearer to you than a wife is to a husband. So if you kill us, you will be performing a most heinous act. Furthermore, you would be responsible for killing not just one gopi, but millions of us. We want to protect you from the suffering that will come from the sinful act. So please come back and return the wealth of Surata that you stole from us. Some of this explanation is from Srila Vishvanatha Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. There are also points that he has not explained, and in those cases I have taken the explanation from Srila Jiva Gosvami's commentary and from my heart. This subject will be precious to qualified persons, not to everyone.